Haptan Yast. The Yast of the 7 Amshaspands is recited on the first 7 days of the week. That is to say, on the days consecrated to the Ameshaspentas. In fact, it is nothing more than an extract from the Sirosas, being composed of the first 7 formulas in their 2 forms, 1 through 5, Sirosa 1, 1 through 7, 6 through 10, and Sirosa 2, 1 through 7. Then come 4 sections, which are the original part of the Yast. 0. May Ahura Mazda be rejoiced. Acham Bahu, holiness is the best of all good, and so on. I confess myself a worshipper of Mazda, a follower of Zarathustra, who hates the Da'avas and obeys the laws of Ahura for sacrifice, prayer, propitiation, and glorification unto Havan, the holy and master of holiness. 1. To Ahura Mazda, bright and glorious, and to the Ameshaspentas, Devahu Mano, to peace, whose breath is friendly, and who is more powerful to destroy than all other creatures, to the heavenly wisdom made by Mazda, and to the wisdom acquired through the ear made by Mazda. 2. To Asha Vahista, the fairest, to the much desired Airyaman, to the instrument made by Mazda, and to the good Sa'aka, with eyes of love, made by Mazda and holy. To Kshatra Vairya, to the metals, to mercy and charity. 3. To the good Spenta Ramate, to the good Rata, with eyes of love, made by Mazda and holy. Tahura Vatat, the master, to the prosperity of the seasons and of the years, the masters of holiness, and to Emeratat, the master, to fatness and flocks, to the plenty of corn, and to the powerful Ga'akarana, made by Mazda. 4. At the Havan, to Mithra, the lord of the wide pastures, and Dharama, Vastra, at the Rabathwin, to Asha Vahista, and to Atar, to the son of Ahura Mazda, at the Uzurin, to Apam Napat, the tall lord, and to the water made by Mazda. 5. At the Ewis Ruthrem, to the vivacious of the faithful, and to the females that bring forth flocks of males, to the prosperity of the seasons, to the well-shapen and tall-formed strength, to Verethragna, made by Ahura, and the crushing ascendant of the Usahin, to the holy, devout, fiend-smiting Sarasha, who makes the world grow, to Rashnu, Razista, and Arstat, who makes the world grow, who makes the world increase. B. Propitiation with sacrifice, prayer, propitiation and glorification. Yata Ahu Vaeryo, the will of the Lord is the love of holiness, and so on. And so we're dividing into the second part here. 6. We sacrifice unto Ahura Mazda, bright and glorious. We sacrifice unto the Ameshaspentas, the all-ruling, the all-beneficent. We sacrifice unto Bahumano, the Ameshaspenta. We sacrifice unto peace, whose breath is friendly, and who is more powerful to destroy than all other creatures. We sacrifice unto the heavenly wisdom made by Mazda, we sacrifice unto the wisdom acquired through the ear, made by Mazda. 7. We sacrifice unto Asha Bahista, the fairest, the Ameshaspenta. We sacrifice unto the much desired Airigaman. We sacrifice unto the instrument made by Mazda. We sacrifice unto the good Saaka. With eyes of love made by Mazda and holy, we sacrifice unto the Kshatra Vairya. We sacrifice unto the metals. We sacrifice unto mercy and charity. 8. We sacrifice unto the good Spenta Armaete. We sacrifice unto the good Rata with eyes of love, made by Mazda and holy. We sacrifice unto Ha'urvatat, the Ameshaspenta. We sacrifice unto the prosperity of the seasons. We sacrifice unto the years, the holy and masters of holiness. We sacrifice unto Ameratat, the Ameshaspenta. We sacrifice unto fatness and flocks. We sacrifice unto the plenty of grains. We sacrifice unto the powerful Ga'akerana, made by Mazda. 9. At the Ga Havan. We sacrifice unto Mithra, Lord of the wide pastures. We sacrifice unto Rama Havastra at the Ga Rapithwin. We sacrifice unto Asha Vahista and Atar, the son of Ahura Mazda, at the Ga Ziren. We sacrifice unto Apam Napat, the swift horsed, the tall, the shining Lord, Lord of the females. We sacrifice unto the holy waters, made by Mazda. 10. At the Ga Iwisruthrem. We sacrifice unto the good, powerful, beneficent Ravashis of the faithful. We sacrifice unto the females who bring forth flocks of males. We sacrifice unto the prosperity of the seasons. We sacrifice unto the well-shapen, tall form of strength. We sacrifice unto Verathragna, made by Mazda. We sacrifice unto the crushing ascendant at the Ga Usahin. We sacrifice unto the holy, tall-formed, fiend-smiting Sra'asha, who makes the world grow, the holy and master of holiness. We sacrifice unto Rashnu Resista. We sacrifice unto Arstat, who makes the world grow, who makes the world increase. 3. Let the Yatus be crushed, O Zarathustra, both Da'evas and men. Who is he in whose house, O Spitma Zarathustra, every Drug is destroyed, every Drug perishes when he pronounces these words? And 12 is blank. And note 210. Let's just share note 210 to bring clarification. What they thought was there. Atara Vitarema Ibya. Such missing words. Vim Ra'at or Atara-ish with missing words. V Sarem Mrohya. So a sin by omission? Okay. 13. It is he who takes the 7 Ameshaspentas, the all-ruling, the all-beneficent, as a shield against his enemies. We worship the law of the worshippers of Mazda. We worship the waters coming in the shape of a horse, made by Mazda. 14 through 15. He has renounced trespass and faults, O Zarathustra. He has renounced all trespasses and faults, O Zarathustra, when he throws down the destroyer of Vahu Mano and his words with 100 times 100-fold, with a many times manifold preaching and smiting, and he takes away the law of Mazda that was carried away as a prisoner from the hands who were destroyed by his strength. Ashem Bahu, holiness is the best of all good, so on. 16. Yata Ahu Va'irio, the will of the Lord is the law of holiness, so on. I bless the sacrifice and the prayer, the strength and vigor of Ahura Mazda, bright and glorious, and the Amesha Spentas of Bahu Mano, of peace, whose breath is friendly, of Asha Vahista, the fairest, of the much desired Aryaman, of Kshathra, the Arya, of the metals, of the good Spenta Armaete, and of the good Rata, of Ha'urvatat, the master, of Ameratat, the master, at the Ga Havan, of Mithra, and so on. Oh, Ameratat, and the master, and so on. At Ga Rapithwin, of Asha, Vahista, and so on. At the Ga Uziran, of the High Lord, Apam, Napat, and so on. At the Ga Iwisruthrem, of the Fravashis, of the faithful, and so on. At the Ga Usahin, of the holy devout fiend smiting Sarasha, who makes the world grow, of Rashnu Razista, and of Arstat, who makes the world grow, who makes the world increase, Asham Mahu, holiness is the best of all good, and so on. Give unto that man brightness and glory. Give him health, a body. Give him sturdiness, a body. Give him victorious strength, a body. Give him full welfare of wealth. Give him a virtuous offspring. Give him long life. Give him the bright, all happy, blissful abode of the holy ones. And worship in most of these cases, respect, confessing the benefit of, unto that ends. Certain things are known through certain archangels and that sort of thing. So, okay, let's see about through 27 here. 227. Nama translated apat and interpreted kuta'e rat. The Sanskrit translator has misread azat for apat, translated svatantra, independent. The commentator observes orthodoxly everything good. And who will recite this yast? Oh, we are still 138. Okay, pronouncing the names. Okay. And the A'eu Ya An Ranan are Koste is the sacred girdle. And in reference to the sling stone, we have Akavo, Kakavo, Eshavo, Kareta, Vajra. Translated, Kartare, Kakra, Sara, Sastrika, or Vagra. And but the names shall come to keep him from behind and keep him in front is Min Akar U Lu In in the Pahlavi translation, Krishtha Tas Peru Taska in the Sanskrit translation, and the demon of lust and envy is the Varenya fiend. That's in the female. Kyatha, translated Kastar, the emperor. Kadar Thaka in Sanskrit, he who holds for nothing and makes slight of. And the Pahlavi translation of the bent on mischief is who impairs living creatures. And moving forward, the Ardve is Ardve Sura Anahita, the female entity of the waters, and a lot, it's kind of saying, there's other terms in what we call Persian or Iranian or whatever that relate to this, and some of the other angel names. So basically, the entities treated as gods, a lot of them were supposed to be originally referred to as angels. And the prayer of the... Okay, yeah, we all know, and things are known by the first words in it. Yata, Ahu, Va'eryo, and so on. So there was people who impersonated what they considered to be gods to obtain from them the benefits of which they are the impersonations. So again, towards that end, you're bringing about these qualities of yourself. And the benefits of which these beings dispose, God knows, which they impart the rewards to the righteous. And the first three beings are being referred to in this reference to the males and the females. And the last three are feminine names? Okay. Oh, males 3, females 3. Okay, so it's in the 3 plural. And there'll be an imparting in return to the worshippers. And 165, the reward of the holy ones, as the genie who preside. Yeah, we're not talking about the genie, we're talking about the malaika, who preside over the plants and waters. They're very likely entrusted with the care of feeding the righteous in paradise. A lot of mythologies talk about the continual involvement of the unfallen angels, the light beings, however you're going to phrase that thing, it comes to the same thing. Spenta Arameti, the Azeds mentioned in the previous paragraph, and the foes alluded to, and asunder their malice, we're having the word Derazvan. And going forward, because I want to share of all these notes here, through back into the earth, I follow the rendering Zamerena, which is followed by the Pahlavi translation 2 in the Yasna 9:15. Zarathustra is said to have obliged the Da'avas to hide themselves in the earth. And whether they're the good ones or the bad ones, the jinn, the fallen angels, the fire beings, however you're going to phrase that, generally have stepped outside of where the humans commonly are, most of them. And the amount of later literature, the mountain that gives understanding, that preserves understanding. Mount Os Dastar, the Pahlavi translation of Ushe Darena, the keeper of understanding. According to the Bundahis, it stands in Seistan. What's that called modern times? I don't know. High mountains, being near heaven, are apt to become, in the spirit of mythology, the seat of heavenly beings or treasures. It was on top of a mountain that Ahura revealed the law. The first man and king Gyo Marth ruled on a mountain and was called Gar Shah, the king of the mountain. When the Kayanian family failed, the Iranians went to Mount Alborz and found there Kabad waiting for his fate. And the order of the text differs in one series of manuscripts, in which it begins with 31 and comes out 29 with the following additional words: 1,000 remedies, 10,000 remedies, 3 times. We worship the Fravasha of the man whose name is Asmo Havanvant. Then I will worship the Fravashas of the other holy ones who were strong of faith. Asmo Havanvant was one of the first followers of Zarathustra, and with his name begins the enumeration of the Fravashis. Then follows, and then again at 30, and then again with Asham Bahu, and then the additional passage, we worship, is repeated twice. 30 of the previous Yast, but 181. Here I take as Lord and Master. So a different sense of Lord and Master, because certainly you want to be over yourself, right? As, Ahu, and as, Ahu, and Ratu, that is temporal chief and spiritual guide. And give unto that man, because the creation that it interacts with, it's that the worship is to God. It's not that. Who shall offer thee a sacrifice? This paragraph was taken from Yasna 68:11. Well, perhaps it's said differently here, said differently there. Not all these things are derived from that. Where it is addressed to the waters. Ye good waters, give unto that man who will offer you a sacrifice. I mean, it's obvious that there were ancient reconstructions. And the victorious offspring were having Susila. And then there's the clause of blessing regarding all the Yast, really. And going forward here, the Yatus are either demons or men. The man Yatu is the sorcerer, the wizard. And in 204, I'm sorry. So this is number 8 of the Yast that we read in this program. Alternately, could say, let Zarathustra crush the Yatus. 207. Remember, the Ga is basically the prayer, and so we have the dawn, the early afternoon, the late afternoon, the evening, and the dusk. Obviously be finished before dawn. So the words. And Fravasnam is the reverse of Uzvazhat. And, trespasses and faults. Okay, so, like the passages on healing, it's like, okay, there's disease and there's healing, and causes of diseases and substance and medicines that have been produced to interact with that. Religion teaches you to take your medicine. And who shall offer a sacrifice unto the Ameshaspans? And we're going to close here, but it's important to understand how some of these things were understood by those who understood them, and compiling and recompiling and all that sort of stuff.